In Bubblegum Simulator Infinity, there are a lot of secrets, and secrets are very sought after and people want to hatch them. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you how to hatch your first secret, or I guess just any secret, but mainly your first secret. And this video is going to not be focused on value, however, I will mention value a couple times. So in this game, there's quite a few secrets. You got the King Doggy in the Common Egg, which is a 1 in 100 million. You got yourself the Overlord in the Nightmare Egg, which is a 1 in 50 million. You got yourself the Mech Robot in the Cyber Egg, which is a 1 in 66 million, and then you've got other events currently. Right now, there's a 200 million egg. There's the all the bounties and stuff like that. However, that's not too important because this video is focused mainly on hatching your first secret, and I will mention them later. However, this video needs to be accurate for the future, so it doesn't matter what event's currently going on because it will probably apply to other ones. However, this is mainly focused on your first secret. Let's get into it. So first off, what egg should you hatch for your secret? Let's go through the eggs and let's do pros and cons. So this egg here, the Common Egg, the pros of it is that it's cheap. That's about it. The cons of it is it's pretty rare, 1 in 100 million. And also King Doggy doesn't have much value and you gain nothing good as a byproduct. There's nothing good to hatch here other than the King Doggy. The next egg is the Nightmare Egg here, 1 in 50 million chance to get yourself an Overlord. The pros of this egg is that not much. I mean, it's kind of cheap, and it also I guess you get some better byproducts, however it's still pretty useless. The negatives is that the Overlord's not worth much, but I guess it is more common, so I guess that is a positive. And then finally the Mech Robot. Negatives of this, 1 in 66 million, so it's rarer than the Overlord. And it's also probably more expensive. 450,000 tickets is probably more expensive than the coins here, because realistically you get a lot more coins. You get some better byproducts from this. I mean, the shiny bionic shards probably worth something. However, overall, the Mech Robot is barely worth anything, so yeah. It's almost worth less than your Overlord, but Overlord is the least valuable secret. However, this video isn't particularly about value. So what's the best egg to hatch? It's the Infinity Egg. Unless we're talking about events, the Infinity Egg is the best to hatch. However, the Infinity Egg is even better than just hatching these eggs, because it also hatches event eggs as well. And this is the Infinity Egg, which is based on the Overworld, not on Minigame Paradise, because Minigame Paradise has only 1 secret right now. The Overworld has 3 secrets. Or no, I mean 2 secrets, but it also hatches from event. Currently it has the Wolf Lord, but it will change with future events. So the positives to the Infinity Egg is that it's cheaper than the most expensive egg in the game, because it's always going to be half the price of the most expensive egg in the game. It's got a slightly lower chance to hatch all the secrets of 1 in 40 million rather than a 1 in 50 million, for example, for the Overlord. And also it does hatch the current event egg, which is pretty nice because you're hatching rare pets and more common pets and limited pets, more valuable pets, whatever. So you're hatching all of them once, which means the Infinity Egg is very good. Negatives of this is a lot of the eggs you hatch are useless. Like I just hatched some spotted eggs. There's nothing in the spotted egg. So yeah, that is a negative. However, it makes up for it for the fact that the secret chances are slightly easier. Because of some kind of maths to do with this egg, but I do not know maths very well. And I do not know the chances of it very well. I just know it's like a 1 in 40 million. It's slightly easier to get. Obviously, if you're looking for value, the best tip here is just to hatch the most new egg, which is limited. For example, right now, 200 million egg, or I guess the Underworld egg, or I guess whatever egg the profit's on, or the bounty's on. I mean, specifically the profit, because this profit here is worth more than even the Lord Shock. So currently, a lot of people are hatching the mining egg because that has the profit in it. However, obviously that changes with future updates, and there could be really valuable pets. I mean, the Easter event, some of the secrets from that, for example, the chocolate chicken here, I've got 2 of them, shiny and a normal one. These 2 pets are pretty valuable now, but obviously that probably won't happen much again, considering this was the first event in the game, so obviously it's going to be more valuable. Right, okay, we move to section 2 now, which is how to get yourself max luck. Now, to get max luck, you need a lot of things. And if you want a secret, you're going to need max luck. Well, you don't need it, but I would recommend max luck. So to get max luck, what you got to do is you got to use yourself Lucky Evolved, an Infinity Elixir. Yes, I did just waste one for the purpose of this. Also, if you want to see your luck, obviously turn the debug menu on in the settings here, which shows this little menu, and it shows how much luck you've got. So currently you've got 2,300%. Obviously, if you've got the game passes, which I do, it's going to be more, and you kind of do need game passes to have a very good chance of hatching a secret. However, I mean, I guess you could hatch a free-to-play. You want all the mastery, obviously. I mean, that's just a given. All the pets mastery, mainly. Also, there's probably some other mastery, like the buffs mastery is probably good as well. I mean, it makes your potions better, I think, or, yeah, potions last longer, etc. Also, friends being your server, every friend that's in your server gives you plus 10% luck, so that is also very important. And then also, when you hatch a legendary, you actually get plus 30% luck here from hatching a legendary, or I think it can go up, but currently it's lucky free. I think that is the max it goes, but basically, when you hatch a legendary, it gives you a little bit of a luck boost, which is like especially good for the Infinity Egg, because you're going to be hatching a lot of legendaries. Oh, wow. Okay, well, that's like a Hexarium, probably. A Rainbow Shock, really? Whoa. Hatching a Rainbow Shock just like randomly like that is kind of rare, but hey, I guess that's the power of the Infinity Egg. But yeah, as you can see, we got lucky free for 4 minutes. I believe this capped out at 5 minutes, and obviously it's going to keep getting refreshed, especially if you're hatching something like the Infinity Egg. Oh, a little benefit of the Infinity Egg as well is that you get a lot of mystery boxes. However, that's got nothing to do with hatching a secret, but I thought I'd mention it. These mythic hatch bounties here, basically when you hatch a tier 1 mythic, you get 5 gift boxes, tier 2, 5, tier 3, and you get 10. So yeah, hatching this egg is very good for gift boxes. And the final way to increase your luck is also the next category, which is index rewards. So if we go here to the index, you can see when you complete yourself, for example, the normal overworld, you get yourself plus 50% luck and plus 50% shiny luck, and then from the shiny you get plus mythic. Same with minigame paradise, you get plus 50% luck, plus 50% shiny luck, and also plus 50% mythic luck for the shinies. However, these only apply to the region you're in, and it's pretty, like, not much. I mean, plus 50% isn't that much, but it is obviously going to help you out, and also the pet's nice as well. Next up on how to get yourself a secret pet is the Season Pass. Obviously, it doesn't count as hatching a secret if you get it from the Season Pass. However, for example, right now the Season 2, which has the Luminosity, Season 1 had the Avernus, and next season is going to have another secret pet. And it's a pretty easy way to get a secret, because all you got to do is just get lucky in this pass. There's a lot of opportunities for it. However, it doesn't really count as a secret, but it is how to get yourself a secret. But let me know, do you think it counts as getting a secret or hatching a secret if you get it from the Season Pass? Personally, hatching, probably not. I mean, you did get the secret legit, but it's just you didn't hatch it. The next category is events. I should have said this earlier in the video. However, there are luck events that happen occasionally. Usually it's when an update gets delayed. However, they do happen, and exploiting them is a good way to get yourself secrets, because 2 times luck is insane, because it would put my percent up right now to 4,600, which is nearly 50 times luck. So yeah, when an event occurs, it's a good chance to hatch yourself your first secret pet. Quickly, a couple things. Max out your mastery. Obviously, that gets you more. I've already said that, but that's a very important thing. Also, in quests here, you can get plus 1 egg, which, yet again, not there. Plus 1 egg here for 100,000 eggs. Yet again, not extra luck, but it is an extra hatch, which is very important. And the final way to get yourself a secret, to hatch yourself a secret, even though it's not really hatching, is to trade for it. Obviously, that's not the title of this video, it's how to hatch a secret. However, trade for one if you really want one. And now finally, I'm going to do a quick section on value. If you want value, hatch the event eggs. Event eggs will always have the most value, because eventually, over time, people will want them. For example, giant chocolate chickens. For example, godly gems. For example, probably even the trophy at this point. Like, every secret which is limited will eventually be wanted, and especially if you can get yourself some rare limited pet like the Prophet, which we believe is limited because it does have a limited tag over the top of it. Also, if you want to see a showcase of a mythic Prophet or a normal Prophet, I've done both those showcases on this channel. But yeah, basically the Prophet is going to be valuable because it's limited, it's rare, but even non-rare limiteds like the trophy, like Wolflord even isn't that rare, will have more value than something like the Overlord, because the Overlord sucks, or King Doggy because King Doggy sucks, or Mech Robot because we don't talk about Mech Robot. Mech Robot's got really low value. But anyway, if you want to hatch yourself one of these or any of these guys, you should like the video because it increases your luck by like 20 times, I think. Anyway, that's about it for this video. That's how to hatch your first secret. I mean, I could technically comment on rifts. I mean, like silly rifts technically have the highest chance of hatching a secret with a 1 in 1 million. And also it's guaranteed to have some kind of luck multiplier. However, you're just not going to find a silly rift before hatching a secret, probably. Most people will probably hatch a secret before finding a rift. I haven't found a rift, and I hatched 4 secrets. I've got 650 hours in this game. I've never found any rift. In fact, once a silly rift spawned in my server, the one time I wasn't in it. So yeah, that's really sad. But I've never seen a rift, which is really sad. But hey, I guess I will find one eventually. Anyway, that's about it for this video. If you guys have any other tips, leave them in the comments and I'll pin the best one, because I'm sure I've missed some tips. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.